Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. It is now week 2 of Kaldheim Standard.
Yep.
And we are focusing on Standard because every other format seems to be complete nonsense.
It seems to be completely broken. Yeah, that a little bit of trickery and a little bit of Tybalt nonsense has definitely wrecked the other formats for now, that's for sure.
In reality, Tybalt has spent the last decade being the butt of so many jokes that they are finally just sick of it.
Oh, yeah.
And they have come back with a vengeance, and they are destroying every format possible.
Yep, pretty much.
That's what's happening.
Pretty much. Tybalt got bullied as a kid, and now it's just come back stronger than ever, and is just now, wreaking havoc on all these other pesky planeswalkers that put him down. Yeah.
And you're even going to try to play Tybalt in Standard.
Yes, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do it the fair way. I know people are so sick of it, but it's so much more reasonable when you just pay 7 mana for that card. Because if you pay 7 mana for anything, it should be doing some good things. But it is absolute nonsense so far.
I don't understand why you would want to do that.
Yeah. Are you going to cast a certain 7-drop as well?
I might.
But yeah, today's show is going to be focused on all of the 5K SCG Kaldheim Championship Qualifier deck lists. That was a mouthful. But just focusing on all the decks that did well. We have the winning deck list, we have the second place deck list, and then we just have some really fun ones that looked original, that looked like they were doing something cool. And Standard looks really healthy to me so far. So I'm still really loving that format. I'll be sticking to Arena here instead of Magic Online when I'm playing my for fun Magic, instead of avoiding the modern queues for now, that's for sure. Yeah,
but Standard looking good so far. Yep. We've got some, a good mix of old and new. I know the sort of King of the Hill for week 1 was Goldspan Dragon, mid-range tempo, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And that deck did not have didn't have a particularly good weekend. It was there. It wasn't great. I would say the big breakouts from the weekend are the deck you'll be playing, which is Rakdos midrange. And Rakdos really came in a lot of different flavors.
Yes.
There were all-out sacrifice lists, some of them splashing green for Korvold. There were, completely no sacrifice lists, which is what you'll be playing. And a lot of different gradations in between that. I saw 0 Timurit Calls to Dead. I saw 4. I saw 2. I saw, 3 Claim the Firstborn, 4 Claim the Firstborn, 0 Crone War, all the way up to 4 Crone War.
I saw 4 and 4 in one of the deck lists. I'm just like, that can't be right. But I saw it.
I saw a list with Immerstorm Predator, without Immerstorm Predator. Yep. I saw, just this huge variety of what to do. And that's kind of, I think, pretty natural once the format grows in size a little bit.
Yeah.
And you start saying, I still want to be playing card X that I was playing in the fall because it was really good, right? But also this new card looks really good. And everybody kind of splits the difference early on, and they massage the numbers.
They massage the numbers a little bit,
and fit everything in. And, as the format iterates, we'll kind of figure out which cards are going to stay in the deck moving forward and which cards are going to get dropped by the wayside.
Totally agree. And one of the most interesting things I'm seeing about Rakdos is we have all these different variations right now, but Arena doesn't care, or MTG Melee doesn't care about the variations. They're grouped together. And as a whole, Rakdos still put up the highest win percentage over the weekend in all the SCG events combined. It was something like 65%. It was insane. It was insane. But I think there's some good reasons why it was that. One, Rogues was very popular. It was becoming the best because it beat Tempo. Yeah. It was kind of quickly becoming the best deck. Rakdos has a great matchup against it. When you have that many main deck escape cards, you tend to be pretty good against Rogues. Who would have guessed?
And you use their graveyard in other ways, too. They mill over Skyclave Shades, and you're happy about that.
But then, on top of that, what we saw as far as winning the event, I think people looked at this data and they're like, okay, what do I do from here? And the one surefire way to beat Rakdos decks is Yori Index. It's usually just a naturally great matchup because it's pretty hard to keep up with that value. So that's why it makes a lot of sense why we saw the results we did at the 5K where Sultai was in first and second, it just seemed like a great metagame choice. Now, will that be the same for next week? Probably not. Now that Sultai is so popular, you'll probably see Rakdos on the decline and stuff, but that's all I love about a standard healthy metagame is you see these fluctuations up and down, and I find them so interesting.
And they happen so quickly, so you really got to stay on top of things. So we're going to be looking at last week, and then we'll try to look forward a little bit to see what is going to be good in the coming weeks. I agree with your point. Yorion is that natural foil, though this time historically we've seen Yorion in Azoria shells, whether it's Esper or Jeskai or straight Azorius. Sometimes you see Abzan, but almost always you saw it with white cards. It was blinking things like Elspeth Conqueror's Death, Glass Casket, Skyclave Apparition was really powerful. Now we're seeing Sultai be the default Yorion deck, and it's largely because of the power of binding the old gods. Really awesome card in a deck that both wants, that kind of versatile removal spell, can answer anything from the Great Henge to, Edgewall Innkeeper. So really nice there. And then the extra mana. These Yorion decks are always starved for more mana. They have plenty of ways to use it. So both those first two chapters really important, and it occurs naturally where you get to kill their thing immediately, which is what you want. Then you get your land, then you blink it, kill something else, get another land, and the value train is left the station at that point.
Yeah, and that is the thing. When you're on the play against like an aggro deck and you just buy Yorion on 3 and then play Binding the Old Gods on 4 and then blink it, like that alone is too hard for most decks to deal with. And it kind of the same for me as well. On the draw, maybe I can get under you a little bit because I do have Egon. Egon is a nice aggressive card, but it should be interesting. Yeah, I totally agree with you that the white removal is much better against these. So I think I have a chance.
Yeah, it'll definitely change the matchup some. I'm playing the Sultai list that came in second. This is the sort of straight control version, more interactive, going for value with Yorion. There's also the more ramp-heavy version with Cultivate that goes all the way to Emergent Ultimatum, really going over the top. We're going to see that one.
We'll be seeing that one from me later. I love that deck, by the way. I started playing it last night, got to Mythic, got top 100, and then it was like, oh, it's 2:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed and get ready for Versus.
Where I can play more Magic.
Exactly. What a good life, huh?
Okay, well, let's not keep you waiting for much longer.
All right, let's do some battling.
I see marbles on my side of the studio.
Yeah, I just don't think we put them back yet, so that's why. But we'll just leave them there for now.
Please humor me.
Okay, I'll keep. Nothing too exciting about this hand, but still definitely a keep.
God.
That good?
I feel like you would snap keep this hand and wouldn't even think twice about it.
Okay.
Am I right? Am I right, Rob?
Yeah.
I'm ultimately gonna keep because of the matchup. I don't think you're gonna put me under that much pressure.
So you're ultimately deciding that I was just right all the time, and you're gonna agree with me.
It's not great.
Okay.
And I could get run over. It's slow.
Okay. My deck isn't super fast though, so I'll pass to you.
That was a good draw.
Okay.
I'll play a Fabled Passage and pass.
All right. Fabled Passage. Okay, that was a draw I definitely wanted to have to start. Now the question is it worth it to play on this turn or... And honestly, I think it is. So I would have loved to have this turn 1, but I'll play Throne of Death. Just such a great turn 1 play in this deck. I haven't
played much Rakdos for this format, but I have to imagine the first Egon is cast as Throne of Death almost all the time. Are you trying to play 2 lands on your first turn of the game?
It's my second turn. I said I wish I had this on the first turn. I went first.
You just didn't play your 1-drop. Okay. You just drew it. Okay. You just threw me off. Because playing your 1-drop on turn 2.
Sometimes you draw a card, and then that card is a 1-drop that you wanted to cast last turn, but sometimes you don't always have that option. I know you're just... That never happens for you.
Why don't
you're so lucky.
Why don't you just have the 1-drop on turn 1?
Yeah, I know. Admittedly, I think it was a play mistake on my part, but...
Yeah.
This guy.
They're called 1-drops for a reason, Corey. That you play them on turn 1.
Ross Merriam, you impressed me that you managed to annoy me on the first turn of this game of Versus. Like, usually we wait till at least the second game until you say, oh, that was a good top deck or something, but... Impressive work. Oops, sorry. Already forgetting this. Magic Online does it for me for free. It's so much easier. All right, so I'm going to go with this, and I'm just going to play Bone Crusher. Pass to you.
Yeah, Bone Crusher Giant, eh?
Zybone Crusher.
I'm just going to eliminate the Bone Crusher and
You
take 2.
would.
Brings me to 18.
All right, here go. Oh, my hand's so slow. I'm just going to get run over. Turn 2 removal.
Yeah, I
and
didn't have that one in my opener.
I got
I'll play
it.
Forest to pass.
I'll put that there. Not a great draw there, but I'll play Timmerick Calls the Dead.
That's pretty good.
Mill. Okay, we'll get rid of... you want to get...
Take care of Planeswalker.
Okay.
Creature and
Then you want to get rid of the only thing you can get rid of. There's the wise words there, and then I'll pass to you.
Okay. End step, I'll play Omen of the Sea.
If you weren't here in your good advice, Corey, what would we do?
What's up?
If you weren't here with your good advice, what would we do?
I mean, just live a more peaceful life, probably.
That's an interesting draw.
Be a lot less
I definitely
Gorians in
want
the
this.
studio, that's for sure.
Yeah, there would be. Yeah, this is pretty backwards already. I'm playing the Rakdos deck, you're playing the Yorion deck, and I have the Yorion shirt. This is odd.
Actually, maybe I want both, to be honest.
Are you cheating over there? I wasn't watching.
I was playing Omen of the Sea.
Okay. So yes.
I definitely wanted this card. We already do that one. I just
Okay.
don't know if I want to. I think I want this, given how expensive my hand is. So
Okay.
we'll draw both as my card off the Omen and card for turn.
Okie dokie.
I will then play a Tide Channel Pathway, and I'm going to play a Binding the Old Gods. I'm pretty sure I want to just hit the Throne of Death. I think that's worth more than the Mill 3 and the Zombie. It's Mill 3, a Zombie, and some Scries.
Yeah, it's a close one.
Which is somewhat valuable, but the Throne of Death is just going to be extra cards later on. Oh, how much later? Yeah, I actually changed my mind. I think the immediate impact of the Timmerick Calls the Dead is going to be more important in this game.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Upkeep.
All right, mill a draw. Yeah, not drawing the lands we wanted here, but we'll attack for 2.
I'm at 16.
And I think I just need to do this just to stop you from having a Yorion. So we'll go with Velky.
Okay, well, you're getting a Coma.
Okay, probably won't be activating that one. Oh, great, you have Ugins. Yeah, this is going to be a rough matchup. Okay, I'll pass to you.
Yeah, so draw second chapter on Binding. We'll get a... I was going to say we'll just get a Zagoth Triome, but I could get a Ketria Triome. That way I can cast a Tybalt if I were to draw it.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
And you were just yelling at me about casting Tybalt, and you're going to do it yourself? How dare you?
I never said I was consistent.
Yeah.
And then all I'm going to do for my turn is play Zagoth Triome and pass.
Okay. I will untap. Mill. I hate this card already just for that reason. There we go.
Remember the days when you weren't allowed to do that?
Really? I think
Yeah.
I do remember that, yeah.
It's only like the last 10 years or so you were able to do that.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so you have a Heartless Axe, which definitely does prevent some nice plays. So I think we're just going to go like this and get them on in there.
I will take 4 and go to 12.
Okay, then I'm going to go with Croxa.
Resolves.
Discard a card. And Croxa again.
Interesting.
Discard. Discard.
I guess I should have just played the Omen and discard whatever I drew off
You
of it,
probably
but
should have played Omen, yeah.
I was too busy trying to think of other things. So my plan here was to just kill the Valky on Corey's end step and then Coma on the next turn. That still seems like a good plan, and I think I'm willing to discard the Ugin to do it, because once I get to 8, I also have Yorion, which isn't that great because I'm stupid and should have played the Omen. I do have to worry about your Croxa, but the Coma does to some degree contain it.
Yeah, Coma's pretty good. Scary magic card.
Yeah, I'll discard the Ugin.
Pass to you.
Instead, Heartless Act of Valky.
Okay.
Draw. This goes away.
Death Touch.
Play this swamp. Play a Coma.
Okay.
It's going to get Heartless acted on your upkeep, probably.
I wish. I don't have it. All right, resolves.
Pass the turn, upkeep trigger.
Upkeep. Tilt. Draw. So you got one card. Yeah, that's troublesome. That's definitely troublesome. Yeah, I suppose we're still gonna Kroxa.
That's another Omen of the Sea.
Not bad. And then pass to you.
Upkeep.
So many serpents. I haven't had to play against Coma yet. I have been casting it, and it's quite a delight, but...
Okay, I will purchase this Yorion.
Okay.
And pass the turn. Upkeep.
Upkeep. Mill. Draw. I'm gonna go with a Rankle.
Resolves.
Beginning of combat.
I will eliminate Kroxa
Tilt.
and sack the recent Coma's Coil to tap Rankle.
Double tilt. Go to you, and your turn.
Upkeep. Get another
We're
3/3.
dead. We're dead. That card is messed up.
Attack you for 12.
I'll take it.
Brings you to 8.
Yep.
Then I will play Yorion, blink out Coma and Omen.
Okay.
End step, they come in.
Yep.
One on the bottom of the Omen, one to my hand after the draw. Your turn, upkeep, get another 3/3.
It's like when you go to a concert and you like see your favorite artist, you're like wearing the shirt and everything, and then that artist just says you're stupid and beats you with the card, you know? Like, I feel so dishonored right now that you're killing me with Yorion right now. All right, so I go like that, I'll draw, and then I will concede the game. Good game,
Yeah,
good game.
And this is one of the issues that Rakdos has in this matchup. You're really good at grinding through interaction,
Yup.
but as soon as your opponent gets to these really, really powerful threats, Coma and Ugin,
Yeah.
they just take over the game by themselves.
I do think Coma, you know, I've played it in so many situations where I just play it and the game's over, but I always have that thought in my head, like, if they just have a Heartless Act, like,
Yeah.
they get to really trade up for this. So, but that also leads me into the spot that I don't want to be at, which is leaving in Heartless Acts against a Yorion deck. Because that is one of the things you almost never want to do, because spot removal against a value deck is just not good, you know, and that's why I think it's kind of hard for me to sideboard against you as well. But yeah, we're going to figure it out. So we are going to head to sideboarding here to see what I got to battle these little... Yeah, you get serpents and bird serpents. How rude. How rude. All right, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here on Versus Live between Rakdos midrange and Sultai midrange. From my end, just bringing in duresses here. We really don't want to go with like the Ox plan because you do exile a lot of our stuff. You contain our graveyard pretty well. Elspeth's Nightmare doesn't hit anything on the front half, so it's not great. Lantern isn't very good.
I have Llanowar Visionaries.
That's true. That's true, actually. But I don't think that's worth it enough.
I also have 4 Valkies, so I actually kills 8 of my creatures.
Okay. Well, it's not bad, but even the rest of the chapters, well, you know, I guess the Elspeth's Nightmare isn't bad then. I kind of want it on the draw because it naturally curves into... yeah, so I guess that means Bone Crushers are not that bad, but...
I don't allow any disrespect to Elvish Visionary and its many derivatives.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Can't disrespect, what's the vampire that you draw a card and lose a life? 2 mana, 1/1.
Oh, Elvish Visionary or Dust Legion?
Yeah, Dust Legion Zealot. Can't
Yeah.
disrespect that one.
Yeah, that one's good. That one's good. I do love both of them.
Thraben Inspector, no disrespect for Thraben Inspector allowed.
No. And Llanowar Visionary is just one of my favorite cards. Dude.
Yeah.
It just works so well with Yorion that I love it. So, anyways, here I'm going to leave in 2 Heartless Acts just for Coma, and pushing through, it's still not the worst. We're just going to take out Velky here. I kind of forgot how many two toughness creatures you have, where Bone Crusher's a little bit better. I don't cast Tibalt very easily, and you don't have that many great hits for me, so more than likely it's just a 2-mana 2/1. And then we're just bringing in 4 Duress, anti-control card.
My sideboarding largely motivated by one get negate out of my deck.
Okay.
You're pretty heavy creatures, and you have a bunch of discard, which makes counter spells worse. So negate is weak. Shadow's Verdict is excellent in this matchup, seeing as it hits both things in play and in the graveyard.
Yeah.
And then Shark Typhoon is the next best card of my sideboard, just generates a little bit of value, and that's mostly what this matchup's about.
Yeah, it's pretty unreal. I was playing that style of deck, but I was playing the Ultimatum version last night, and it just has 3 Shadow's Verdict in the main. I'm like, okay, I bet this card's pretty good, but nothing crazy. And then I just played back-to-back Rogues into Rakdos, and I'm like, oh god, this card's insane. Like, shutting down the Lurist interactions and the Agadeem's Awakening from Rogues. Even if it's, doesn't resolve that often, you still just have so many must-counter threats from that deck, so eventually something resolves. And then just against Rakdos, it's just an absolute beating, so...
Good, I hope I draw it.
Yeah, I hope you don't.
I only have 2 in my 80-card deck, so I'm guaranteed.
You're guaranteed to draw it on turn 5 as you untap.
Yeah, after you duress me twice.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad we're on the same page. Yeah, all right, Rob,
we can basically skip this game then. We already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know what? We'll just end the show now. Let's thank our sponsors. Let's thank them. Rob, you got any questions from our lovely audience?
I do. Steas wants to know if these decks you're playing today and the ones we saw over the weekend are going to actually define the metagame, or if soon everything's just going to go back to Rogues and Gruul again.
No, I definitely don't think it's just going to close in on Rogues, because there's that great natural answer in the form of Rakdos to just kind of stop that if that does happen. So no, I think this is just going to be a nice shifting metagame for another month and a half, and then I'm sure the best deck will be found, and and that will be played a ton. Even we have MPL Rivals League weekend at the end of the month. I bet we have a great standard format until then, and then some team's going to break it or something. But no, I think it'll be a nice shifting metagame.
Yeah, I agree. And when you think back to where the steady state end game of the metagame was in the fall, the change now, it's easy to sort of dismiss things as just being new, people playing new cards, but ultimately that steady state is affected by the fact that, while Rakdos is still going to have its natural predator in Yorion, it has gotten better across the board. The pathway has improved its mana base, it's gained some new tools. Egon just improves the deck significantly by making that graveyard engine more reliable and more robust. So those tools mean that it's just better in its good matchups and better in its weaker matchups. So it'll stick around in higher numbers as the metagame continues, even as the metagame becomes hostile towards it.
Yep. And man, I mean, Rakdos really does have some polarizing matchups now that you bring that up, because I just played against some creature decks, some mono white aggro, and some green beatdown decks, even adventure decks. Kind of laughably easy from the Rakdos side, and then the Rogues matchup, and it's just so great too.
When Rakdos is doing the biggest thing, it feels really, really good, because it's also very good at interacting against smaller things, but it's not good at interacting against things that are going bigger than it.
Yes, exactly. You just have to hope to duress and hope they brick and stuff a couple of times, but we know, you cannot duress the top of the deck, and that,
sometimes you run them out of cards and get their last threat with a Croxa. Now you can actually, run them down with Goldspan Dragon. I'm sure that helps those matchups to some extent.
Yeah, Goldspan Dragon and Rankle to actually win the game gives you a leg up. That's why I really like this list. So one more question, if you got it, Rob, and then we'll start this game.
I do. Heptagon wanted to know what you think about the other broken thing in Modern right now and playing Valky.
And playing Valky, oh my god, it's just absurd. It's gotta be banned, don't you think? Or it's just gotta be errated in some way.
I just want to ban the Cascade cards. Can we do that? Can we just ban the 3-mana ones? Just ban Demonic Dread, Ardent Plea, and Violent Outburst. These cards are going to get broken by something else down the road.
Yeah,
they're the problem cards. Cascade is the problem mechanic. You know, yeah, you can like errata it and change the interaction, but like they're gonna get broken by something later on. You still have Tybalt's Trickery, which is a problem as well. So just ban those 3 Cascade cards. Like nobody likes them.
No. Except like Doom Switch on Twitter. You can tell he's having a great time just winning all these events and stuff. But.
I don't, how much even are they? Like they're uncommons, but they're from 12 years ago, so they're probably $7,000.
Yeah, I think it's $7,050.
That's $7,000.
It's close, something like that. So you know,
all the living end players are just sitting on piles of money.
Yeah, sorry, living end players. You're really the casualty in all of this, but I don't care about you.
Wow.
So
is that the same message you'd give to all the Affinity players when Urza ruined Mox Opal?
No, I want Mox Opal back. I'm on the Affinity
You're on
player
that side?
Don't worry.
Okay.
But if you were a living end player, just play Dredge. Come on, it's better than living end anyway.
Yeah.
It's just better deck.
But they don't have to worry about Grafdigger's Cage.
Yeah, but nobody plays Grafdigger's Cage, so who cares?
We just lost the one viewer that loves living end too. Great job, Ross. Great job. All right. Great question, y'all. We keep those coming in. We're going to get to game number 2 here. I will be on the play. All right. Well, we need to get a land here in a couple of turns, but overall, this is a fine keep. I'm in.
Sure, I guess.
I got a swamp. Yeah, every Yorion hand is just busted, so you might as well just keep them all.
No, that's pretty bad.
No. They're all good.
I will play a Blightstep Pathway.
Okay. Pretty good draw on my part. I will take 3 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You're winning. For a 3-1, your go.
17, play a Skyclave Shade like a jerk.
Skyclave Shade has just overperformed for me too. I was like 2 in the main. That seems crazy to me. And while it's not good against Lovestruck Beast matchups, it is just so good against everything else.
Well, we lost 2 people for the living in combat, unfortunately.
Oh. Well, they can go join up in a queue and go Cascade together. And
let's play a Tide Channel Pathway and pass the turn.
Okay. Interesting draw. The beatdowns are coming.
17 all.
All right. And now, I'm playing this land, but Rakdos has the problem where it needs double black and double red. So I think I'm going to go with... the red side. And we're going to go with Timurit Calls the Dead.
Okay, negate.
Okay. Good job, buddy. Good job. And break. Your go.
Okay, that resolves.
Want to use your removal on my recurable creature?
No. What I think I want to do is ensure I can't get Croxed next turn.
Okay.
Maybe I want to cling one of these cards.
Not
that I have Cling to Dust in my hand.
Of course, yes.
Certainly not telegraphing that in any way.
No.
But then I just would, like, if I did that, then I just wouldn't have the Cling for the Croxa. So all I'd be doing is delaying that by a turn. So I don't think that's worth it.
Okay.
You would also have to either have a Fabled Passage or decline making a zombie with the Timurit Calls the Dead.
And not have a Fabled Passage, right? I'd have to have an untapped swamp so that you would never respond.
Well, I'm going to tap out next turn. So.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So what I actually think I want to do is cycle the Shark Typhoon. I have other things to do with my mana. So I don't think I'm going to make, a 2/2 or 3/3 Shark in the following turns.
Not with that attitude.
I would rather just find interaction.
Not with that attitude, Mr. Merriam.
Okay, that's a good draw. I will play a Slitherbore Pathway and a Llanowar Visionary.
Slither. Alrighty.
Draw a card and pass the turn.
I will untap. I will draw.
Chapter 2.
1, a 2, a 3. Okay.
Skyclave Shade?
Yeah, but unfortunately my draw was not great. So we got this. Slightly awkward of a draw. I just want to get some land, but I can't get past 3 mana to save my life. I'm going to start with a Duress.
Oh, that's pretty good. I think I know which one you're going to want to take, but...
Ooh. Cling to dust, you're right. Yeah. Binding the Old Gods is definitely just a nice play for you next turn. That seems like kind of a slam dunk. Ugin does terrify me, but I hopefully will be able to kill you before then. So yeah, let's take Binding.
Yep.
And then let's stomp this.
Ugh, that's a really strong sequence.
Yeah, but no land and attack for 3.
That'll bring me to 14.
Yep, and pass to you.
Let's crack a Fable Passage.
Okay.
I'm going to get a... Really doesn't matter. I want to get one of Swamp or Island, so I end up with double black, double blue, single green. I found Island first, so we'll go with that one.
Sounds good.
Cast this Extinction event I just drew. I'll name Even.
Wow. You're so lucky.
I resisted the urge to say that was a good draw.
Yeah, thanks. And wow.
That was for your benefit, Corey.
That wasn't a good draw for me. Go. Wow. Well, my hand started off so good. 3 lands. I had the future ahead of me. I had some good, strong plays to play at 4, and then I kept milling over garbage and drawing Croxas.
So now I could just play a Yorion, and that'll stop the Bone Crusher. My other option is to just cling both Skyclave Shades, so if Corey draws a land, he can't just replay them. I would gain 6 life that way.
I only have 1. You exiled 1.
Oh, yeah, exile 1 with the extinction. Okay. Then that's much less important, I think. I think just trying to stop the Bone Crusher makes sense.
Okay.
So I'll just play a Naked Yorion.
Checks out to me, and what do you know? Heinous draw from Core. Heinous draw from the hero. Okay, I'll play a Kroxa.
I will discard this Cling to Dust.
Here we go. Ugh.
Definitely don't want to get Kroxa'd, so I will just escape the Cling, exile these 5 cards.
5, okay,
Yep.
perfect. So you go to 17?
Yep, 17 to 17,
Okay.
and I'll pass a turn. We're just trying to buy time towards this Ugin. Hopefully
Alright.
nothing goes wrong.
Get the land. So Skyclave becomes viable.
You have 4 in hand?
Yeah. You have 3 cards. I just know about Ugin.
Correct.
The 3/1 Skyclave Shade just isn't that good right now, so I don't think I have to worry about that. I'm just going to try to rip your hand apart.
Oh, the other 2 are lands. So.
Okay. And yeah, we'll just play Kroxa. Have you take 3.
I will go to 14.
And pass to you. And Velky.
Yeah, definitely want to play Crackcrown Pathway, so Valky is a better draw.
Yep.
This does not do a whole lot.
Okay. Good, good.
Jesus. Not sure what I did wrong this game. Maybe it was discarding the Cling.
It seemed very reasonable.
Yeah, it's like kept 2 lands along with the Ugin.
I just kept drawing Croxas and then milling over other stuff, so...
That's the only thing I can really question here, but like it's gone south in a hurry as I've drawn.
Yeah, you got some big draws, though, that's for sure.
Let's buy the Yorion just because we got nothing else to do with our mana, and I don't think playing this is worth anything, so I'll pass.
Okay, I'll draw. Yeah, pretty easy turn here. We'll bring back Kroxa. 3, 4, 5. Guess we'll keep Timurit, Shade, Velky, and exile these 5.
And I could keep the Yorion, which might... both of these cards are probably going away.
Okay.
I guess that's the thing I've got to be...
Both bad, huh?
Yeah, they're not good.
Okay, I feel a little bit better about this game. I thought for sure I was dead.
Yeah, I'll discard the Elspeth.
Yeah, that is pretty dead. Pass to you. If you had Vorinclex in play, I guess you still wouldn't have been able to exile my graveyard in time.
If I draw like Omen of the Sea, I'd rather have the Yorion because that means the Yorion will blink it twice.
Yeah, or if I can possibly kill that Yorion.
Okay, that sort of counts like Omen of the Sea. So let's play Llanowar Visionary.
Yep. Okay.
That was not a bad sequence. And I will pass the turn.
All right. Untap, a draw. What to do now? I think I just want to go to declare attackers. Yeah, declare attackers.
All right, let's act the cross.
So lucky. Unreal.
Was that good?
Just vision, just nothing in hand. Oh, how about a creature into a removal spell for your good card? Why not? All right, so I know you have Yorion, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You want to play a 5/3 Skyclave Shade?
It doesn't seem bad.
I agree.
It's probably going to be my play.
I've seen worse.
The other cards in my hand are strangely getting bricked right now, which is a tilt. So yeah, let's play a 5/3. Pass to you.
Once again, I've seen better.
Okay.
So I think this is the turn I just play this other Yorion and blink Visionary twice. Because I'll get to attack with the first Yorion, right?
Yep.
Play the second, keep the old one, blink them both. They'll come back at end step, blink this with the second Yorion.
Yeah, not a bad play at all.
Hunky dory. This card doesn't do anything. I'm one short of doing this, but this Cling to Dust is sort of earmarked for that Croxa, so I think I've got some time.
Yeah.
Because even if you draw like Timur Calls the Dead, you won't have enough mana to escape.
Exactly.
Attack for 4 brings you to 13.
Yep.
And definitely want to tap the Visionary for this. Blue, and I guess we'll tap a black source as well.
Okay.
Though I don't think the green source is worth anything. Play the Yorion, keep the old one, blink Yorion and Visionary.
Okay.
On end step, they come in, I draw a card.
Yep.
Blink Visionary with this other Yorion.
Alrighty.
And pass the turn.
Untap, a draw.
A removal spell on the Yorion here would set up a pretty big attack, though, it would be a good attack even if I had the 2/2.
Yep. Okay. What do we want to do here?
It's a nice 5-mana slow divination.
Yeah, the 5-mana double divination.
I guess it was a divination that dealt you 4 damage.
That's true. All right, I guess we'll play conservative and just attack for 5.
I'll take it and go to 9.
Okay. Now let's go with a duress to you.
I have Elspeth's Nightmare, Clearwater Pathway.
Okay. And let's go with... God, it's tricky. And we'll just go with a Rankle. Pass to you.
Okay. On your end step, Visionary enters. I'll draw a card. Draw return.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to be mad at me.
And I guess you got an Ugin extinction of
I'll name Even.
God, classic. Yeah, this matchup does not feel good.
Even. Pass the turn.
All right. That's a tilt. I'm very dead.
Still have 3 cards in hand.
I'll go with the Goldspan Dragon. Your Yorion has just bricked my entire play, so I'll pass to you.
Okay. On your end step, I'm definitely going to cast Cling to Dust, but I wonder if I just want to hit one of the spells.
Yeah.
Because you're that far away. I don't think there's a difference on my end of what to exile. Hopefully I don't get punished, because I don't want to think about it.
I don't think you have anything.
You would be down to 3 total cards. You'd be 3 short, which is really just 1 Timurit Calls the Dead away. But I'm sitting in a tenuous spot at 9 life. If you just draw a Heartless Act, I don't think you've exiled one, right?
I haven't.
No, you have.
Oh, I have, yeah.
There's one here. So you don't have much removal left for this Yorion, but you could also just draw a Bone Crusher Giant and just attack in.
Mm-hmm. 2 for 1 myself. Yeah.
I think I just want to draw, so I'm going to hit the Timurit Calls the Dead.
Okay.
Better than Duress, because you can get exiled to Timurit Calls the Dead.
Exiled.
Okay, let's play Omen of the Sea.
Okay.
Scry 2. I will
That can be good.
leave both of them on top.
And I know you still have Yorion, right?
No,
Or wait,
I played that Yorion.
That's right.
You know nothing of my hand.
Okay.
You know nothing of my ways.
You know nothing.
I will then play another Llanowar Visionary.
Okay.
Draw a card. And then I will play a Binding the Old Gods, hit your Goldspan Dragon.
Mother of God. Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right. Sounds fair. Sounds fair. That's not that good of one. I'll declare attacks.
Block.
Okay. This is dead.
Is that the extra card you need? No.
No.
If it was, I would not have put the card in your graveyard.
Smart. No, but it is.
It's a Shadow Skull Smashing.
Yeah. Smashing these 2 down. Doesn't quite give you your cling yet, so maybe I can get lucky with that, and then I'll pass to you.
Yeah, maybe. I wanted to protect my life total a little bit. Ooh. So this goes to chapter 2.
Okay.
I think I'm at the point where I want to cycle the Triomes, and I have perfect mana, so I'm just going to go to basic.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And you have 1 card in your hand.
1 card. It's very medium.
I could have gone to 5 and had a better play here, but I'm pretty okay with just casting this regular Yorion.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, it was going to be awesome if I had everything and the double blink, but so let's play it using the Visionary for mana.
Okay.
Blink, Binding the Old Gods. This is opponent controls, yeah.
Yep.
Omen and Visionary. I will draw off the Visionary first, and then trigger the Omen.
Yep. Yeah, now we're just seeing the value. Sure, I'm going to be able to do stuff with my mana probably for the next few turns just because I have a lot of value, but it just doesn't really matter.
And you're up.
All right. Untap. Draw. Well, I will definitely take this opportunity to play Karaxa.
I will discard a Fable Passage and go to 6.
And pass to you.
I will go to my turn.
Okay.
Draw second chapter of this binding. Get another forest.
God, that card is just phenomenal.
It's a nice one.
So good. Yeah, I do like the look of this Sultai deck as well. I think the Ultimatum list is definitely just cooler. So I wanted to try that first just because I don't think I've ever cast an Emergent Ultimatum before. But this list looks really nice as well.
And I am going to cast a Tybalt.
Naturally.
It's better in Sultai than Rakdos. Did you not know that?
Yeah, it is much better.
Exile this Kroxa.
Yeah. Guessing you want to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
And make me discard my card.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
But then
It goes back to my graveyard, but
sure, yeah, but who cares?
yeah.
I'm gonna cast it off of this.
Okay.
Attack for 4.
9.
Brings you to 9. I'm at 6, and I'll pass the turn.
All right. Dragon. That's not a dragon. Well, I guess I do.
Please draw a dragon.
Oh, God. I'll draw a card.
Brings you to 8.
Yeah. All right. I got a Timurat Calls the Dead.
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think we're still quite dead.
Yeah.
1, a 2, a 3. Yeah, why not?
All bricks.
Why not? Might as well get this and then pass to you. Oh yeah, Tybalt is ridiculous here.
Creatures get Death Touch.
Yep.
Plus the Tybalt.
Couple lands.
I'll play this one. I'll play Visionary, draw a card. I'll attack you for 4.
Down to 4.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. Draw. Mill. No exile. I die. I die badly. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I played this deck for my dropping bombs, and the one change I wanted to make immediately was just cutting 2 Duresses from the sideboard, because even in matches like this, where Duress should be a good card, it just isn't, because you have so many creatures that are things I want to hit. So I did go down 2 Duresses, and I'm going to, for our pity game, just go down and just play either this or just more Heartless Axe. Heartless Axe did kind of seem important there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
play all
If you
4.
had a Heartless Act for the Yorion, I think you win that game.
Yeah.
Because the biggest issue you had was lack of closing speed. You were able to disrupt me and keep me off of doing, anything particularly powerful for quite some time.
And I had Goldspan Dragon like the whole game, but I just never had a good chance to cast it. And I had Rankles. So yeah, I think maybe that's just the thing you have to do is bring in a couple Duress for that key turn. But yeah, it just it seemed pretty brutal.
Yeah, but if it really was, as simple as you having a removal spell for the 1 Yorion, and then everything is fine.
And that's the thing is, like, you have a lot of value when it comes to your graveyard and stuff. So sometimes you just have to have key removal spells. So maybe you just have to max out on it, even when they're not that good, because you could just have a draw of like Extinction Event, Omens, Heartless Axe, and like not really care about a Yorion. And then my Heartless Axe looked really bad, but hopefully I still have enough to do with my mana at that point anyways that it doesn't completely cripple me.
Yeah, it really is tricky because you got to find the right balance.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be games where you're like, man, if only I had another Duress, or games where only I had another Heartless Act, but also games where you draw 3 Duresses, you're like, these were bad. I drew 2 Heartless Acts and these were bad.
Yeah.
And, you've got to, use your intuition and figure out what the best balance is. And, regardless of what the best balance is, there's still going to be some number of those games.
Yeah.
All you can do is minimize them. You can't stop them completely.
Nope, I totally agree. All right, Rob, you got one question before we start up our 3rd game of round 1?
Yeah, do you feel that a Doom Foretold list has a spot in this metagame?
It's kind of crazy. I have not been seeing Doom Foretold around at all. I don't know why it's so bad, but I guess it's still just really bad against rogues, so that's why we're not seeing it now. But I am under the impression that if I was going to be playing the SCG this weekend, I would be starting to look at another white-base Yorion deck again. Because I think that with all this Rakdos, if you can find a way to make your rogues matchup not terrible, I think there's something there. With Izzet tempo on the decline because it just didn't have a very good weekend. It does
another
seem like
matchup where
something
Doom Foretold does not seem very good, right?
Exactly.
So Doom Foretold was weak against the front runners from both weekends. Coming into both weekends, it makes sense that we didn't see it.
Yeah.
I agree that it seems better positioned this weekend strategically. Like decks are playing to the battlefield more.
Yep.
It should look better, but there are easier answers to it. Finding the Old Gods is a clean answer to it in main decks that people didn't have last season.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something I would look into, but I would not expect it to automatically be the next step in the evolution of the metagame because the tools are different.
Agreed. And binding the Old Gods could just be a better Doom Foretold. Like that easily could be. And then Sultai decks are just a better Esper Doom Foretold kind of deck. The one thing I do like is I still really am a big fan of the Abzan Doom Foretold list, kind of the Nassif special, cutting some of the nonsense that was in there. Like even just like the demon package, the rune whatever demon. I just think that stuff is a little bit too cute. with
Yeah.
the Emergent Ultimatum, I think it's perfect because you are just doing such powerful over the top things. But a 6-mana 6/6 demon that like gets you a card that draws a card that has some
Even drawing a good card, which ostensibly is what it's doing.
exactly.
It's still, it's just not high enough impact. It's a card that can get tempoed out very easily by Heartless Acts and stuff. And
Yeah, so I'd be more interested, honestly, in 3 Search of Greatness and just really streamlined play binding the old gods and visionaries and stuff like that, because that stuff was pretty good to me.
Can we splash blue for Omen of the Sea? Because I love the idea of Abzan, but I just hate the idea of not having access to Omen.
I know, without Omen, it is pretty brutal. You play, eggs and stuff like that. But yeah, I totally agree. It's not as good, and that's why I do just think Sultai is the best. So the deck I would just submit, if I had to submit right now, would be that Emergent list, because I played it, and I don't know exactly who won. I know I should probably know that after looking at it so many times. But do you ever just play a list that you usually get from like the Jabberwockies, like the really high-level Moto grinders, and you look and you sideboard and you're like, wow, this fits right in for this matchup. Like, I exactly do not want any of these removal spells. And what do you know? There's 15 of them in my side. Like, there's nothing better than that.
Thank you for being so smart.
Yes, thank you for putting in the time for this. And now that it fits into place when I look at it, I love it.
Yeah, it's one of the simple pleasures of being a grinder when you're just ripping decks off the internet. It's like, oh, this sideboard looks great.
It's almost always like when I copy lists from Jabberwocky or Batatinia, those are my usual suspects where the deck just feels great. But okay, pity game. I'm destined to win this. I'll keep.
I will also keep.
I got a passage. Pass to you.
I have some early action here. Now my hole is gone. I'll play Temple of Deceit and Scry.
Yeah.
I will put this other Temple of Deceit on the bottom.
Oh, this hand really sucks, and it's perfect. All right. Okay, of course I searched for the wrong land. Naturally, I will Karakta you.
I'm just going to take the 3 here.
And I will pass to you.
Go to 17. I don't want to discard any of my spells.
Good.
Well, that's a little awkward, but it'll be fine. Guess I could just do this and guarantee next turn. I don't know how high impact this card is going to be. There's a good chance I want to play this next turn as well, so I think I'm just going to Valkyrie.
Okay. All right, you get 1 target.
You have the Timuret.
I got both of them.
Oh, but you don't have double red.
I know. I fabled passage on turn 1 with having these 2, and it was, classic. Yeah. Okay, well, that's not the worst. So I will Timuret. A 1, a 2, a 3. Come on. What is this? All right, I am going to exile. I have so many more mills that I'm just going to hit 1. That's what I'm deciding. So pass to you.
Okay, clearly didn't draw a red source. And I'm pretty happy that Corey decided to do that since I have an Elspeth's Nightmare. So I just get to hit the zombie token.
Yeah, naturally.
Attack for 2.
Okay, 18.
Pass the turn. And now, if Corey draws a removal spell, he's got to decide whether he wants to lose the Timur Calls the Dead or let me keep the Valky.
A 2, a 3. Okay, so I did actually hit. This is an Egon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another
zombie. Gonna play another one.
Still not a guarantee.
I know, this is absurd. 1, a 2. Okay, wow. Okay, we'll get another Justin, and then I have a tapped red source. And, yeah, I suppose I'll keep that one. Okay.
Okay, Duress whiffs. I will play a Fable Passage, crack it, get a Forest. We'll play a Llanowar Visionary.
Okay.
Where is my forest?
Forest.
Seriously.
Then you don't get to play it, sorry, if you don't find it fast enough.
Well, so you know the top card of your library, which you are going to draw.
Yep.
Then you're going to mill 3, probably get a zombie, and then scry. I guess if you want to guarantee that you get a zombie, you're only going to get to scry 2, because you have the Timuret that's right now on 2 counters go first. which is probably better. You're probably better off doing that.
Why would I ever do that?
Just to guarantee that you get a zombie off the second chapter of the other one.
Yeah, I think I'd rather set up my draw, but I can see the reasoning.
Oh yeah, I guess you lose out on all the scries. Okay, yeah, that's too much of a cost. Yeah, to order it that way. I agree.
Definitely order it the other way. And then you're done.
Yeah, if for whatever reason you got to the scries were relevant.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to be done. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I will draw. I will stack this so I mill first.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Oh. So no matter what, if you have cling, you can get my Croxa here. I can't just say no to the first. I can say no to this.
Yeah, but the trigger is already on the stack. So.
Yeah, but I could say no, and if this other one was not here, I could just go right to my main phase and play it. But since that's not the case, I will definitely make a zombie. Do you have any responses?
No, that's all part of the resolution. Once you start milling, I can't respond to it.
I respond to the third one, though.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, so now I'm going to scry 3.
You're getting your Croxa and gain 3, so you're going to go to 21.
Yep. Go to 21.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. Interesting. I think I will keep one of these. Okay. Then I'll attack for 4.
Yeah, I'll go to 13.
Okay, and before I lose my graveyard, I heard a phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it here, so that's very true when it comes to this Croxa. So I'm going to exile these 5 lands and play Croxa.
Now, do I want to take another 3 damage here? Yeah, I think it's pretty clearly worth it, actually. So let's pitch the Ketria Triome, go to 10.
You go to 10. I'll play a land and pass to you. Guessing this is a Shadow's Verdict or something.
It is not. I get to draw first.
Yep.
See if this were like an extinction event, I wouldn't make this play, but it's not. So with this trigger on the stack, I'm going to Heartless Act the Croxa.
Yep. Smart. So now it gets exiled.
And then I'm going to play... let's tap this correctly. No, it doesn't matter. I've got this. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to play an untapped land and play Binding the Old Gods, hit a zombie.
Okay.
So I get a discard of the Binding, but this is going to be worth 2 damage next turn anyway, so I think it's pretty clearly worth it. I am not going to be blocking with a Valky, so let's just get in for 2.
19.
You can go.
All right.
You're going to go to 21 off this last.
Draw the card I knew. Go to 22. Scry 2. Egon and a land. It's probably not anything I want anymore. So we'll scry those to the bottom. And I'll attack for 4.
I go to 6.
And then let's stomp and play it. And pass to you.
Okay.
Try to diversify my converted mana cost a little bit while trying to get back my Goldspan Dragon for next turn.
So draw my card. The stomp was quite good. This time we will be getting a Triome.
Okay.
And I don't think there's anything else I can do. I mean, it's still a pretty good play. I don't know why I'm sounding so defeatist here.
Yeah, you got a Yorion.
Yeah.
Yep. Yorion's pretty solid here.
Yeah, the enchantment.
Oh, yep. Sorry, that was... So it was probably X?
No. Because I did the Heartless Act on my turn, and then you got the scry on yours.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I will play Yorion, Blink Binding and Visionary, destroy the Bone Crusher, and draw a card.
Okay.
And pass the turn. So now I've got the Goldspan Dragon checked.
I will play Goldspan. Attack. I will Heartless Act to Yorion with that treasure.
And I'm dead.
All right. Yeah,
there you go. The one Heartless Axe.
Yeah, that was the difference, you know? I mean, I scried it to the top a couple of turns ago, knowing that it was going to be important at some point, but yeah, that's what you really needed to do. I started all the games with like turn 2, you know, just Kroxa or something, but starting with Skyclave Shade into Timuret to actually generate some things, that's the kind of draw you need to have against this, and not just duress, because Yorion decks do just get enough value that you overcome it. So that is why I'm recommending for this deck, or for my dropping bombs, which is going to come out tomorrow on this, just cut 2 of the duress. 4 is too much. There's just not a matchup I wanted. Even rogues, there's too many creatures. Yeah, that would have been pretty good. And I tried to do a good job of diversifying my converted mana cost the whole time. And, you know, if you didn't die being able to kill one of them, you probably would have had enough to stabilize. Yeah. But
what I really needed was, I drew a couple too many lands early, so I had to pitch lands to the Crocs every time and take a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, a little lightning bolt.
If I'm able to pitch a spell to one of them and survive this turn at 3. You know, you kill this, I block one of the zombies, I'm at 9 instead. Now I go to 3, I untap, I Extinction Event Odd, I play Valky, take the Skyclave, you probably
take the Skyclave, I Heartless acted, and yeah, it would have been an interesting one. That next turn of Heartless Act into Egon would have been quite good. Egon
would have been awesome, because my next play would have just been 8 mana Yori and to stabilize the battlefield, and the 6/6 would have been really good.
Exactly. Yep. So
we're still in a bit of trouble. Really, it was like I didn't draw an Extinction Event that game against the multiple Timuret Calls the Deads.
Yep.
You're able to just go wide with zombies and then have the one removal spell against my blocker.
Or Shadow's Verdict, probably even more important.
Yeah, any sort of sweeper.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, okay. At least we put up a fight here. Ross Merriam still takes down round number 1 here, but next up, we got some spicy ones next up. So we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and then we'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live.